Good morning, first graders. This is Mr. Stevenson coming at you from his living room. Today is March 26, 2020, and I hope you guys are enjoying your week. I'm going to start discussing what we're going to be working on today, and hopefully we'll have some fun. So yesterday was the 25th. We completed those items. Today we're going to talk about our high frequency worksheet. We'll do some math pages, and we'll write a letter. But I think I'm going to actually go out of order today a little bit, because I want to try something new on the computer. So we'll see how it plays out. So we have a bunch of new read the room words this week. Our first one kind of describes, the amount of food I eat. I eat a large amount of food each week. Some of you are the, how do I put this? It might be one of something, maybe something to describe some of you in class. Some of you are the only child in your family. This word is only. Okay, this next word is a read the room word because you can say this word in a couple different ways, but this way is like the number. This is the number 4. This next one sounds like what some of you do in the morning when you get there at school, but not all of you. You put things away. Some of you need some reminders usually. I bet your families are noticing, oh yeah, you need a reminder to put your things away. This next one kind of describes a pizza or a pie. You know me, I have to bring up food. It's round. I like a round pizza. That sounds pretty good right now. Let me pause the video and go get one. I'm just kidding. And this next one has a magic E, but it doesn't follow the magic E rule. Because normally when there's a magic E, it makes the vowel before it say its name. But this word is actually none. Like none of you have to see me today. So I'm going to pause the video here, and I'm going to tape up the words somewhere behind me, and then we'll talk about what you guys are going to be working on. Alright guys, I put up 3 of the room words behind me. It's hard to put them around the room when I'm not moving my computer around. But I did put the word round on my round teacher cup pens. And I put the number 4 kind of in between 4 other cards. So what we're going to work on is something that looks like this. I'm going to explain directions, and I'll have everyone pause the video, and then I'll show you what mine looks like after you've done yours. Okay, our first step is we have word boxes, and we need to figure out what word. It has 5 letters that start with 4 small ones and ends with 1 large one. And then you'll have to do that for each of them. Small, tall, or below. Then you'll take the same 6 words, which are the same words back here I just taped up, and you're going to find them in a word search, and then you're going to put them in alphabetical order. So some of you may want to put it, maybe write out the alphabet to help you, because normally you start at the alphabet up on the wall in class. So I'm going to pause here. You guys should pause the video here, and when you're ready when you've completed this paper, we'll talk about what's next. Alright guys, hopefully you just completed your high frequency worksheet. I'm going to talk about what my answers look like, and if I'm happy with it, I'm probably going to give myself a bad hair day. So here's what I did for mine. It's hard to get to fit in all of it. Okay. So you could pause, and if you want to look over your answers and compare them to mine. But if you're happy with your work, you can give yourself or else I'm going to give you a bad hair day. Okay. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to try to go out of order today. So instead of doing, I know on our paper it says we'll do math next, but we're actually going to do writing next, because I'm going to try something new towards the end of the video that I've never really done before, and we'll see what happens. So you're going to need a new writing paper like this, and you want to make sure that the longest line is on top. And that's where you'll write the date, which is right there in green behind me. Okay? And I'm not going to share too much time about writing, because On Monday, I demonstrated what a letter to a friend looks like. And if you want to go to Monday's video, which was March 23rd, and if you go to the 1436 timestamp, it will bring you right to this, how I did this and how I explained it. Before I give names out of who to write to, let's talk about what you must do. You must have capital letters where they belong. You need a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point at the end of each sentence. You need finger spaces. You need to write a letter for each sound you hear. Or maybe it's, if the sound is one of those that has more than one letter, you write both of them like a digraph. And you must use kind words because we're writing to a friend. So, next up, I will pick out 3 names, and I haven't replaced any yet because I want to get through everyone before we add new kids, and then we'll start talking about math. Option 1, you could write to Natalie. Option 2, you could write to Noah. And option 3, you could write to Cole. And I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with your writing. So next up is, I'm actually going to have us start, if I find out the names, math next. So what your math will look like, and I'm all over the place right now, is something like this. And I'm going to do this first page holding my clipboard, and then I'm going to try the second page in a new way. I'm going to actually just have you, I'm going to do it from my computer, so hopefully you'll hear my voice and you'll see what I'm doing on the computer. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try it out. So this page says, what do you know about the months of the year? Well, we talk about the months of the year every day at morning meetings, so we're kind of experts on it. It says the months of the years make a cycle. So we know that in New Year's is January, and then we have 2 read the room words on our December in the class. Start and over. Because when it's December, you just kind of start over. Now, this paper is going to be tricky to do because everyone's going to kind of have different answers because it depends on when you were born. Now, if you're a July baby, which I know some of you are, and there's even one of you that has the same birthday as me, you're going to write the month you were born. I was born in July. I know only a few of you were born in July. And then it's going to ask for the month before. So you may have a different month here. That's okay. The idea is the same. What's just before July? Just before July is June. And just after, the month just after July is August. Okay. How many months are in the first half of the year? Well, in order to do that, we have to do something. We have to split this in half. So, I split it in half? Yeah. First half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 months in the first half of the year. Which month starts the second half of the year? So this is the first half. Our second half would start, right in July. So I'm going to pause the video here. I think this might be actually the last time you see me, but you should still be hearing me. And I'm going to be showing you what I have on my computer. And there's going to be something towards the end that I think kids and families will like to do because it gives you access to a lot of great stories. And there's lots of great resources I want to point out to you. So hang tight, and hopefully the next thing you see is the next math page we have to do, 193. Hang on. All right, guys, welcome back. I am hopefully showing you page 193 on my computer. So yours should look something like this. It says to look at the graph. Then there's some questions. So it has number of months and then the birth months of grade 1 students. So how many students were born in these months? March. So we have to go up to March, and we have to see how many students are in March. 1, 2, 3. So I think I can click right here and use my, no, use my finger on my trackpad to write. I bet you guys can do it neater because you're actually using something to write with, and I'm clicking the trackpad on my computer, so it's tricky. Then April, so go to April, and it's only one kid. And then go over to May, and May is 1, 2, 3 again. In which month were 5 students born? So we should go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go all the way down. Oh, there's 5. So that month is September. So that should be interesting for me to write it because I'm not using something meant for writing. And of course, it has to be the longest month to write. That's not an E. That's better. Whew. Okay. And then C. In how many months were exactly 3 students born? So we got 1, 2, 3. So we could go draw a line and see how many end at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So March, May, July, and November. So we could just write 4 there. Okay. Then in this yellowy, that I call mustardy color. I don't know what you guys call it. It says write these months. Natalie, not our Natalie. Our Natalie was born in July. Natalie was born in October. Emma was born 3 months before Natalie. So she was born in. So if Natalie was born in October, we need to hop back 3. 1, 2, 3. So that means Emma was born in, July. All right. Then it says Micah was born 6 months after Natalie. He was born in. So if Natalie was October, we have to go 6 months away. So 1, 2, and then we know in December you start over. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So Micah was born in, April. Whew. Hopefully yours is coming out a lot better than mine. I can really only it's hard to do curves, but we're all learning. Okay, so yours should look something like that. Hopefully that turned out okay for you. I am going to not do a read aloud today in front of you with the camera. I'm actually going to do one on the computer. So this is going to be something that's a little different for us. So the reason I want to do it this way is because I want to point out this website to your families. And right now, this website is totally free to access, and I think it's really a wonderful resource. And when you open it, it'll look something like this. You just want to go down a little bit to students, and then there are all sorts of books we can click on. So I'm gonna read one book, and then I'm gonna kind of show you around. So I like to nap when I'm not at school. I'm learning, so maybe you guys like to do the same. So I'm going to try this story, and notice that it just takes you to a new tab. So it's called Pam Likes to Nap. Then we can just use these arrows to turn the page. I am Pam. I am Sam's cat. I like to nap. Cats like naps. I can nap on Sam's map. Can I nap in Sam's pan? Yes, I can. A nap in a cap? Oh boy, that's unexpected. I can nap in a cap. I can nap on Sam's pack. I am Pam. I like to nap. Pat, pat, pat. Okay? And then all you have to do is you want to close the tab, or you can keep it open. And then down here, there's homework. And now, if I was at school, I would probably print these out for you, but really, you don't really need to. It says, so in the story, there's a lot of the letter P, and the letter P stands for P sound, which is the first sound in pan, and the first and last sound in the word pup. Draw a picture of a pan or a pup. So, I mean, you could print this paper, but you could really just use any paper to draw a pan or a pop. Then there's some P's, an uppercase P to practice, lowercase P's to practice. Then it says draw a picture of Pam in the setting. Now we've been learning about setting all year. Setting is where and when a story takes place. I can imagine that up on the wall because that's been written there for months. So you could draw where the setting is. When you're done, trace Pam's name under the picture. So you can draw the setting and trace Pam. And it's asking you to read these words. Oh, you can do that. So then it's asking you to discuss the difference between the words in and on. Let me show you what it means. Pam likes to nap in a pan. So you'd have to show what Pam in a pan. And then Pam likes to nap on Sam's pack. So probably on top. I mean, again, you could print these papers, but if you just want to do it for fun, you could just use any old paper. And then can you tell someone what a pack is? Can you show them a pack? And then there's just other letters to trace, and then there's some sentences to read. So this one's pretty, for probably earlier in first grade, which is fine to show, but if we keep going, so they're kind of by skills. So what VC means is vowel consonant words, and then CVC just means consonant, vowel, consonant, but then they progress into like blends, and this is where a lot of kids are. And if families want to read these with their kids, that's totally a great choice. It's not going to hurt anyone. And then you can read any of the stories and then click, and there's activities to do. Then there's some compound words that are a bit more complex. But kind of what we've been working on this week is AR and OR words. So I'm going to scroll way down to right here. Are controlled vowels. I'm going to read part of this story, but you may want to read it on your own if you're up for it. It's called Marvin's Trip to Mars. Notice that it has ARs in it, and we've been talking about words with AR in it this week. So I'm just going to read the first couple pages, and if you want to come read it, you totally could. Hop up, Marvin. You can bring your rocket to bed. Mom tells Marvin as she pulls back his quilt. When I am big, I will blast off in a rocket. I will visit the planets and stars. Notice there's an AR, and stars. Marvin tells Mom as she tucks him into bed. But for now, you can visit the planets and stars in your, and this is a big word, imagination. Mom tells Marvin as she kisses him. So I'm going to stop right there in case you want to read the rest, but I want to point out that the paperwork can get a lot more trickier with different stories. So I don't think I'd feel good about giving this work to a first grader. This is more of a second grade task. But maybe you could. There's all sorts of activities to do. And so notice I read one from way up top, and then I'm way down here towards the bottom. There's lots of great things in between. There's long vowels with silent E. We've been talking about those magic E's where it makes the vowel say its name. There's consonant digraphs like THCH, WHPHCK at the end. Two letters that work together to make one sound. Kids could do any of these. Totally could read any of these. So there's lots of options available. And I just want to point out that, looks like Brynna is in the middle of reading a book. I'm doing this on the 25th, but she must be in the middle of the book if it says she's read it for 0 seconds. But I can see that the kids are on it on Epic, so it's great to check in and see what they've been up to. Hopefully I will be able to do more on the computer because I think kids are a bit more comfortable with seeing things in the classroom on the computer. So hopefully that could be something I'd try out more. And eventually we are going to run out of paperwork potentially. So I might have to come up with different ways of doing things. So this is one of the things I wanted to try out today just to see how it looks in the future. So I think if I hit this button, it means I'm going to be done. So if you have any questions for me, send me an email, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.